The Feel Great program is one of the most urgently needed, and I'm not quiet about it with anybody. It's one of the most urgently needed, not just North America, but I don't care where I've been. People are literally dying for the product. They just don't know why. So we fight something in the world called the S word, right? S stands for hunger. And you're thinking, wow, this guy really wasn't the smartest kid in the family. Well, S stands for hunger because S is the sugar word.
Right.
Everyone's addicted to sugar. We get up in the morning, we have our cup of coffee, or we have our toast and bagel and all the white stuff that is sugar. And so our bodies are conditioned to crave and become addicted to sugar. So the first thing we do is we break that connection. You take this in the morning, you take it on an empty stomach, and all of a sudden your body is starting to free itself from that sugar addiction and you feel good. People say, don't talk to me in the morning till I've had my coffee. And why do they say that? What's in coffee that makes them feel so good, they think? What do they think it is?
Caffeine.
The caffeine. Yeah. Well, how many people say, don't talk to me in the morning until I've had my RC Cola? No, there's not very many. They say, don't talk to me. I need to have my cup of coffee, then we'll talk. It's not the caffeine. It's something called chlorogenic acid. It's the chlorogenic acid that gets that fat burning going. It's the chlorogenic that works on the mind. As you very eloquently stated, Darlene, it activates your mind. It turns it into a higher gear. And suddenly you're thinking clearer. And by the way, this does something to the pleasure centers of the brain where suddenly you're not giddy. You're not like laughing, but suddenly you just feel, hey, I can face the day. I feel great. I feel capable. And that's what I noticed the first time I take it. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't wear off. It doesn't wear out. You take it the next day, you feel the same way. And this has so much, you'd have to drink a pot or two of coffee to get the chlorogenic acid that is in this to push down that appetite to make you feel good. It's not the caffeine. Caffeine makes you feel energetic, but this makes you feel great. Tell you what, this is a formulation that very naturally suppresses your appetite, and it doesn't do it in a drug mode or of any kind. What it does is when you take this, you wake up in the morning, your body has burned through the blood sugar, the glucose that you go to bed with. When you take this, it acts on the fat burning centers of the body. We call them ketones, but I don't want to confuse anything with a keto diet because that's not us. But this will just crank up the production of ketones to the tune of like 70% within 30 minutes to an hour. And so what that does is you have breakfast, but it's that breakfast that I'm carrying right here on my ribs and on my stomach. That's the breakfast I'll be eating. And if I don't if I leave this, I take this in the morning before I shower. I usually don't have anything for lunch at the office, and when I come home, I'll have a dinner. I always take one of these with my dinner. So I'll tell you what, I people complain about gaining weight during COVID. I haven't gained a pound. But I took those products. So you take this in the morning. That's the first leg of the three legs of Feel Great. The second leg is balance. So when you have your meal, I don't care if it's lunch or dinner, but when you eat, and I don't let food touch my lips unless I take one of these. What this does is number one, it takes that S word. When you eat, finding a meal, your body will naturally burn sugar. But what this does is it takes those sugar curves that normally addict people and it pushes it down. And so suddenly with this, they feel fuller. They're not craving food in the next hour, 2 or 3. And then you go to bed. You go to bed, you're burning more fat than you would have. You're feeling better than you would have because you're not experiencing that whipsaw of sugar up and down. Then you get up in the morning, hey, you're feeling a little bit hungry, but you're not starving because your body has adapted to living without the S word, the hunger word. Then you take your UNIMATE, take your shower, get to work, enjoy it,